Hello and welcome back. Imagine you have been asked to manage three completely different projects. The first project is to build a new airport. The second project is to develop a food delivery mobile app. And third is to build smart airport where you need both construction work and software development. Now here is my question. Would you manage all three projects in exactly the same way? Probably not. The airport requires detailed planning because once construction begins, making changes becomes extremely expensive. And mobile app is completely different. Customer may change their mind every week, so team needs flexibility. While Smart Airport needs both approaches because construction is fixed, the software keeps evolving. And this is exactly why project managers use different project management approaches. And today we'll understand three most common approaches: predictive, adaptive, and hybrid. And by the end of video, you will not only know what they are, but also know when to use each one in real projects and how to answer PMP questions confidently. So let's begin. Before diving into the concept, let's quickly understand today's roadmap. Think of this video like learning how to drive a car. Before driving, you first learn what each pedal does, then you learn when to use each one. Similarly, today, first we'll understand each project management approach individually. After that, we'll compare them side by side. And finally, I'll share simple decision making tricks that experienced project manager use to select the right methodology. And once you understand the reason behind each approach, you won't need to memorize anything. Instead, you will naturally know which approach fits which type of project. Let's start with the oldest and most traditional approach: predictive. Let's imagine you are building your dream house. Before construction start, what usually happens? You meet an architect. The architect prepares detailed drawings. You decide how many floors you want, you select the flooring, you estimate the budget, and you take government approvals. Only after everything is finalized does construction begin. Why? Because changing design after the construction starts is extremely expensive. Imagine you already built first floor and suddenly decide to add basement. Can it be done? Maybe, but it will require redesigning, demolition, extra labor, extra money, and more time. And this is exactly how predictive approach works. Everything is planned before execution starts. The project scope, budget, schedule, resources, risk, and milestones are defined in advance, and team follows a planned sequence: requirement, design, development, testing, and deployment. Each phase is completed before moving to next. Now you might wonder why changes require formal approval. Now think about building a bridge. If someone requests a design change halfway through construction, engineers need to evaluate safety, additional cost, schedule impact, and legal compliance. And that is why predictive projects have a formal change control process. Changes are possible, but they are carefully reviewed before approval. And this approach works best when requirements are stable and unlikely to change. For example, construction, manufacturing, oil and gas, highway projects, infrastructure projects. The biggest strength of predictive is certainty, and everyone knows what will be delivered before project begins. The biggest weakness, it doesn't adapt well when customer requirements change frequently. Now let's move to the exact opposite approach. Imagine you're launching a brand new social media app. Do you think customer already knows every feature they want? Probably no. Maybe after using app for 2 weeks, they request a dark mode, and then they ask for messaging and later they request AI recommendations. If you waited until every feature was finalized before releasing app, someone else would beat you to market. Instead, software companies release basic versions first, customer use it and feedback is collected. Product is improved, another version is released. This cycle repeats continuously and this is adaptive approach. Instead of spending months creating the perfect plan, team focuses on delivering value quickly and project is divided into smaller iteration called sprints. At the end of every sprint, customer reviews the work and provides feedback. And basis that feedback, priorities can change. Notice something interesting in predictive product. Change is controlled and in adaptive project, change is welcomed because every change help improve final product. Another important difference is planning. In predictive, planning happens mostly at beginning, while in adaptive, planning happens throughout the project. The team continually asks, what should we build next? This approach is ideal for software development, mobile applications, artificial intelligence, cloud products, digital transformations, research, and innovation. Its biggest strength is flexibility, and its biggest challenge is that final scope isn't completely known when project begins. Now, let's talk about the approach that many organizations use today. Imagine you're building modern smart hospital. There are actually two projects happening at the same time. The first project is constructing the hospital building, and second is developing hospital management software. Let's look at the building first. Can workers install windows before constructing the walls? No. The construction must follow fixed sequence: foundation, columns, walls, roof, electrical, and interiors. This part follows predictive. Now let's think about hospital software. Doctors test an early version, they request improvements. Nurses suggest easier navigation, and patient request online appointment booking. Developers improve the software every few weeks. This part follows adaptive. Notice both teams are working on same overall project. One uses predictive, other uses adaptive, and together this becomes hybrid project. The hybrid doesn't mean combining everything randomly. It means selecting best approach for each project. And many organizations now use hybrid because modern projects often include physical construction and digital technologies together. Now let's compare all three approaches and think of choosing project management approach like choosing transportation. If you're traveling across city, you might take a motorcycle. If you're transporting a heavy construction equipment, you need a truck. If you're crossing ocean, you need a ship. None of these vehicles are wrong. They simply serve different purpose. Project management work exactly the same way. Predictive offers maximum certainty because everything is planned. Adaptive offers maximum flexibility because customer feedback continuously shapes the project. And hybrid provides balance by combining both. One mistake many new project manager make is asking which methodology is the best. The better question is which methodology is best for this project? And there is no universal answer. Success depends upon matching the methodology to project needs. A wrong choice increases cost, delays, and frustration, and the right choice often becomes invisible because project flows naturally. Let's bring everything together with one simple decision making framework. And whenever you're asked which methodology should be used, ask three simple questions. Question one: do we clearly know what need to be delivered before project start? If yes, predictive is probably the best choice. Question two: will customer requirements change frequently during development? If answer is yes, adaptive is usually the better fit. Question 3: Does one part of project require stability while another requires flexibility? If yes, choose hybrid. And here is quick PMP exam tip. Many PMP questions do not directly ask which methodology should be used. Instead, describe project situation and your job is to identify the clues. Words like fixed scope, detailed planning, contract, approval, and construction usually points to predictive. And words like changing requirement, customer feedback, iteration, incremental delivery, and sprints usually indicate adaptive. If the scenario contains both type of clues, hybrid is often the correct answer. And once you learn how to identify these patterns, questions become much easier. Congratulations, you have learned one of the most fundamental concept in project management. Remember these three takeaways. Predictive works best when destination is clearly known, and adaptive works best when destination becomes clearer during the journey, and hybrid works best when different part of project need different approaches. Do not try to memorize these definitions. Instead, remember the examples. Think of building a house for predictive, think of developing a mobile app for adaptive, and think of building smart hospital for hybrid. Those three examples will help you recall the concept during PMP exam and in your professional career. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Also, let me know in the comment which project management topic you would like me to cover next. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.